through recent history, like if you want to talk about the need for guns, back in 1930s, there was a Democratic machine that had rolled up into Athens, Tennessee, McMinn County, where they had completely controlled the entirety of the town through extortion, gambling, pretty much making it a crime shit town and causing like they're just racking up money. They're like literally went onto buses, found anyone who looked slightly tired, and just gave them a ticket for being drunk, which they actually did that.
That's wild. I
Yeah.
need to do more research on that because that's interesting.
It is, and then whenever World War II started and the Americans got into the war, all the good men left the town, leaving the town with a bunch of undesirables who only made the town worse. So
Chicago.
it literally put irony to the name, which I think was called the Sunshine Town.
Nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And then this after the Americans won, these soldiers came back home, only to be berated by these Democrats who did not try to do anything peaceful to them. They just immediately started harassing them. Many of them were taken to jail off the spot. So these soldiers decided, you know what, we're going to start campaigning to have the citizens vote correctly. And they did. It got into the point where two of the soldiers got arrested and were being held as hostage. The rest of the soldiers were trying to free them. And then there was a mob outside the police station that was just banging on the windows telling them to release them. Well, these men realize that someone's going to get killed if they don't do something, so they get up, still handcuffed, jump out of the window, and just run in, and they finally run up to uncuff themselves and put their hands in there so no one shoots them. Eventually, they go back, and they hear that they had took the boxes, were going to take them to the police station to go stuff the ballots and make it their election now, instead of them obviously losing. Well, the soldiers realize this, they got guns together, and they immediately begin to almost siege upon the police station. They gave him a chance saying, come on out with those boxes, boys, and there will be no issue. The deputies said, come and get them. So they tried.
And how did that go for them?
The deputies suffered a humiliating loss.
I would assume so.
Oh yeah, like the soldiers had set up in a bank across the street, which had a second story, so it had more advantage. The other soldiers surrounded the building, leaving one pathway for ambulance to come in and take out the wounded. And the entire time, the townspeople were just giving the soldiers drinks and snacks during the fight because, well, they don't want the deputies to win. So
That's
eventually, some of the Democratic machine called up an ambulance to get them out safely while they left the poor deputies behind. And once they were out, deputies surrendered, and then the mob beat the crap out of every single deputy that was there before the soldiers could retain order. Next day, the ballot boxes were returned, not stuffed, and the deputies immediately tried to arrest Scott and Vistel, I think, for bringing back the boxes, which brought in almost another gunfight. The deputies, realizing that they had completely lost, surrendered immediately, and the vote was cast that the Democrats were to be moved out of that area.
Yeah.
It has never been touched by Democrats for 80 years. And the Democrats that are there now are so cautious that they do not try to do something as stupid as that.
America. I love it.